You suck.
Hello and welcome back to the XVI Dynasty newsletter. Week 8 was a good one and there was a lot of meat moves. To kick us off, we have a blockbuster alert. In a big move, KOC and Balls sends his beloved Justin Jefferson to Sunglasses at Night for Josh Downs, two 2027 firsts, and 2 second-round picks. Sunglasses at Night made another move, acquiring Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt from Plenty of Genty. Brett is showing he means business with these moves, and with the stash of picks he has, he could be a team to fear in the future of XVI. Time to look at power rankings. Ford Motor Company takes back their top spot from RB University after beating them in a dominant fashion. Stinky Fingers wins again this week and bolsters their roster with 2 solid pieces. RB University falls back down to earth. Relying on 2 players has its drawbacks when one is on bye and the other underperforms. Devon Showerhandle and Kirk and Goff move up as they both have big weeks. Huge Sack has a very good week. With the return of Rashee Rice, this team is beginning to really take its form and could soon see a skyrocket up the rankings. Plenty of Genty is another hot team as they win once again, bringing their win streak up to 4. Finally, KOC and Balls fall after moving 2 of their biggest pieces after a loss this week. Teams are finally starting to sell and begin their rebuilds. Since we just passed the midseason, it's a good time to see how the league views the power rankings. We sent out a poll and let people rank the teams as they see fit. These are the mid-season community rankings. Our top 3 stay the same as the power rankings, with Ford Motor Company, Stinky Fingers, and Read About Tracy's Cups. Ford Motor Company had 4 first-place votes and 2 second-place votes, while Stinky Fingers had 2 first-place votes and 4 second-place votes. Read About Tracy's Cups received a mixed bag of votes with multiple mid-tier votes. However, a majority of votes were third place. After these 3 teams, we did not have many ranks that the consensus agreed on. However, Sunglasses at Night received 6 votes for 16th. Love is Golden had 3 votes for each of 14th and 15th. Plenty of Genty saw 5 votes for 13th, and Kirk and Goff had 6 votes for 6th place. Moving on to conference standings. Stinky Fingers sits at the top of Conference A at 6-2. 4 teams are right on their tail at 5-3, however. Conference A is still wide open. Conference B, on the other hand, seems to have some heavy favorites. Huge Sack takes the lead here, with Kirk and Goff and Ward of the Rings 1 game behind. Plenty of Genty is a team to keep an eye on, however, as they are getting hot. Love is Golden and Sunglasses at Night would need a miracle to catch up. However, if they need any motivation, they can look at the top of the conference, as it's a miracle Huge Sack has found themselves in this position. Finally, let's look at the division standings. Stinky Fingers holds their lead of the North. Ford Motor Company and Devon Showerhandle are just 1 game back. The winningest division continues to win. In the South, Read About Tracy's Cups moves into a tie for the lead with RB University at 5-3. 911 is 1 game behind them. This division continues to be competitive. In the East, not a whole lot changes other than records. Kirk and Goff is still in the lead as he has been since week 1. Plenty of Genty has earned his way up to 2nd, and he's 1 game behind. Finally, Huge Sack takes the lead in the West at 6-2, with Ward of the Rings 1 game back at 5-3. This looks to be a battle between these 2 teams on who will get the first round bye and who will have to earn a wild card spot. Quickly touching on the playoff picture, Stinky Fingers stays at the 1 seed and Huge Sack moves into the 2 seed. Read About Tracy's Cups takes the lead of his division, earning him the 3 seed, followed by Kirk and Goff, who stays at 4. Ford Motor Company holds our first wild card spot, and Ward of the Rings moves all the way back from the 2 seed to the 6 seed after losing control of the division. The lottery sees the same 6 teams as last week with a few changes. Plenty of Genty moves down to the 3 spot, and KOC and Balls is less than 4 points behind. ACL Aces moves up to 5, and not far behind is 911, owned by Love is Golden. It's time to talk bums, and this week's Most Valuable Bum Award goes to Troy Franklin. Little Troy caught 6 balls for 89 yards and a pair of touchdowns, scoring a total of 26.9 points. This performance ended up being vital for Devon Showerhandle's win over ACL Aces this week. Troy Franklin could see a lot of volume moving forward, so expect him to put up more points soon. That's all we got for this week's newsletter. Teams are finally starting to separate themselves, and some are starting their rebuild and some are starting to compete for contention. It's a great time for those lower tier teams to trade to those who are desperate for wins. We'll see you next week, and good luck in week 9.